But the new Kanye is very interesting. The story with him and his cousin. He made a song about it.
He made a song about that? What's the song?
You want to hear it?
Whoa.
I'll play it for you.
Well, hold on. Before you play anything but where a nigga talking about putting meat in his mouth, hold on. Is this a song he did after that tweet?
That was the song he posted with the tweet. It's actually on Spotify right now.
I didn't know he had a song out, bro.
Want to play it for you?
Is he talking about meat eating and all that? I'm cool on that. I don't need to hear that.
That's exactly what he's talking about.
I don't need to hear that. I read the tweet. I'm cool.
I'll give you the gist of it because I had to re-listen to it to prepare for my various interviews.
Right.
But basically he was saying, I think when he was like 14, his cousin I think was 11, his male cousin, they had found some magazines that, I guess it was a gay magazine of dudes that were giving each other
started practicing what they saw.
And he started doing it. And the chorus is, I suck my cousin's dick. That's the chorus.
Yeah, definitely don't play that for me. I don't need that.
Yeah, I can't unhear it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I don't want to be where you at.
Yeah. Yeah. The song has 1.3 million streams right now on Spotify, in case you were wondering. I just don't know, like, I mean, not only are you gay, but you're also a child molester. Right? The gay shit is whatever. You want to be gay, be gay. I don't care.
I mean, he wouldn't necessarily technically be a child molester because he was a child himself.
So, a 14-year-old engaging in sexual activity with a younger child is not considered, well, I guess I see what you're saying,
They're
but.
both children.
So the older child can't be charged with doing something to the younger child?
I mean, he's 14, he's 11. I mean.
Okay, so let's just say a 17-year-old sexually assaults an 11-year-old.
No, that's a difference.
Why is it different? They're both children.
No, but once you pass 16, you consider what? A young adult?
Are you?
Yeah, because in New York State you are. You get sentenced to 25 to life.
What about Chicago? What about Illinois?
I don't know the rules, but I know in New York State, once you're 16, you can, 15 and under, you get you still a juvenile.
I mean, look, apparently, I think he mentioned that the cousin is in prison for life over a murder. And now that I think about it, I wonder if that activity somehow influenced him later in life in terms of being violent.
So he probably had all those demons going off in his mind and his head. You know, he buried himself in music and his craft, but...
No, I'm not talking about Kanye, I'm talking about the cousin.
I'm talking about Kanye.
See, what about the cousin, though? The fact that his cousin is in jail for murder, could that be somehow, in terms of his violent adulthood, could that be with dealing with the memories of...
I would think so. I would think anybody that been, and I'm just assuming, I don't know. I don't got a degree in psychology, but I'm thinking like, coming from the hood, we all deal with certain levels of trauma.
Right.
We all got, certain issues. Growing up in a house where your father might be on drugs, your mother might be dabbling in drugs. Those things start to affect you. So if you was a nigga that maybe been touched on or been molested, or that could probably turn you into a more displaced anger kind of guy. Like you could be more violent, because you might even be trying to fight those sexual demons. You might even be trying to fight off that feeling because you coming outside where everybody's saying, being gay ain't cool. You going outside in an era and in a time when that's looked down upon. So you don't want nobody else to know that you having feelings or attraction for men. So you doing your damnness to fight against that.
But here's what makes it worse, right? Most people that get molested is by people that nobody's ever seen or heard, right?
What you mean?
But here you are, you got molested as a child, and this person's music who molested you is playing on the radio every day in Chicago. There's huge concerts.
But we don't know if, see, that's the thing though. Vlad, and let's not take things out of context and put things in somebody else's mind, because we don't know if that's the way he looked at that, right? This is not a situation where there was an adult that molested a child, then that is different, right? Two young kids doing some shit that they seen, we don't know how he looks at that. He may look at it like, damn, I was with my cousin. I don't know if I don't know. It's just that they so close in age and they both was probably impressionable and they ain't know what they was doing. I don't know. You keep saying molesting an underage kid like a 14-year-old is overage.
Listen, right around 14 is when I first started watching porn as well. Right, I was exposed to that around that age. A little bit younger in terms of Playboy magazines and stuff like that. But I think my first porn movie, my friend Mark, I was in junior high. He brought it over to my house. We watched it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, that during that time when I was watching more porn, never wanted to suck a dick.
I get
just
that.
Never did.
Me either. But everybody develops.
I wanted to get my dick sucked by a woman.
100%,
but I didn't want to go mess with a dude.
In
fact, hold on, I'll even tell you a better one. The first porn I ever saw was Ron Jeremy, and I've never seen this before afterwards. He sucked his own dick.
No, that's some weird shit. You could just save that one. You could have saved that one. Listen, check this out.
Okay.
The thing is this though, Vlad, every child develops differently, right? So at 14, that's where you was at. At 14, I had shot people already. At 14. Mm-hmm. At 14, I definitely had shot people before. I shot my friend. I had already been playing around with pistols at 14, mm-hmm. right? And definitely already fucking girls. But everybody developed differently. We don't know what was going on in that man's life. We don't know what was going on in their household to make them
he said that his mom was a lesbian. He said that he had walked in on his mom sleeping with his female babysitter.
Yeah, they probably was seeing shit in this house that was gay. So he started to have gay outbreak or whatever, or do gay shit or copy gay shit.